Hello everyone. So I wanted to share a little bit more of my experience with this whole AI thing. I shared a little bit in the podcast of my experience, and I've been able to emotionally process a little bit more of it, and this is going to be talking a little bit more of and showing a little bit more, I guess. So this is the AI in question. It should have been more obvious, but I think I was distracted by the fact of, oh my gosh, there is this really pretty witch, and I have this inspiration of resetting my whole Twitch and YouTube channel of, instead of being an alicorn cat, which was my own persona, but I want to rechange the whole world because I'm getting into witches now, and it felt more inspiring how I would set up that world compared to just doing a kitty kingdom where I honestly had no idea what I was doing and experimenting. But the witch world was setting its own way up, and I was like, I feel like I need a PNG for when I have to do things more hands-on and I'm crafting, and I wanted to incorporate that. So why not use a PNG compared to a VTuber model where I'm going to be moving around too much and the VTuber model would freak out. And I can use a PNG model and it doesn't matter. It'll just... there. I talk, it moves a little bit, and it just does that. It does that. And I saw this witch model and I'm like, this is similar to my VTuber model, it'll do that. It's obvious when you look at it here. And I know it's obvious more for some people, but I think I was just, I don't know if the word's like overzealous, overexcited about like this whole witch world. But the way that shading is done with an AI model, it's more obvious. I'm not good with explaining it, but the way the shading is done, it's not like, where's the light coming from? It's kind of like shaded a little bit here, a little bit here. The way AI does it, like the shading is like back here, like what? For me, it's like a pretty picture. That's why I don't call it AI art. But this was the model in question. And yeah, it's supposed to actually have more faces, but I think this was like under $1. It was probably like 30 cents. I can't remember, which that should have been another like red flag. It should have been another red flag. Like, hey, this is AI art. It was way too cheap. Way too cheap. Some people though, another reason that I excused it, some people though do sell their models really cheap. Like, hey, this was just an experiment. I am not too proud of this, so I'm gonna sell it for really cheap. There are some artists that do that. Like my first 3D VTuber model was like $30. $30. I can't show it here because it would take I could probably find it as a picture here actually, but while I'm looking for that, it was like $35. Normally 3D models cost like way more than that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this model here, it's not a good picture, but this model here that I originally had was I think like $35. And that was because the person making these models was, please remind me if you want to know, Vox Siren, that's who it was, Vox Siren. I'm going to make a website where I actually credit people. They're not making 3D models anymore, unfortunately. They were on Fiverr. They made similar models, but yeah, they actually made it for cheap. They were just experimenting with 3D models, and they made other similar models. But again, it was a cheaper price. Some people sell them for a pretty cheap price. But yeah, that should have been another reason. I kind of excused it at the time, I think. But again, I was like, I don't know, overzealous. I might have just been, I don't know. But nonetheless, it was unexcusable. I'm gonna switch the model now. It may be cut off because in order to fit it in here for other stuff that I'm gonna show. Let's see, how do I change it again? I'm still like trying to figure this out. Hold on. This was the other model. This was oh right, it was like a 2-for-1. So if you bought the one model, like just the witch model. If you bought just the witch model, then it was like 30 cents. But if you bought both the cat and the other model, it was like, I don't know, like 50 cents. It was like a discount or something. I can't remember. But yeah, if you bought both of these, you got like a discount or something. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was like $1 or something like that. But yeah, again, another red flag. The shading is the same, and even the hand positions. Even the hand positions are the same. I don't know, but the AI, once I looked at it more, they have this certain glaze on them. They have this certain look. They have this just certain appearance about them especially when they color them in, that just like screams AI. And I didn't know at the time if I was going to keep them or not, or if I was even going to go fully with it or not. When I go through a change, when I go through a transition, it's happened to me multiple times. When I was moving, when I was switching jobs and stuff, it becomes hard for me to go through change. It becomes hard for me to go through change. I don't know. There's just something about it that makes it really difficult for me. I become very uneasy. I become very uncertain. So I wasn't sure if I was going to keep these or not. I don't know. I just wanted to like experiment and stuff. But anyway, I think going through all those changes though also made me not pay attention to what was going on. Anyway, I'm not saying that it's an excuse. I'm trying to make sure that I'm understood. Whether anyone accepts it or not is really up to you guys. It's really up to you guys. This video is more of an explanation and to show an example of all of this. But yeah, so at this point, the vision that I'm going for in regards to a model. Oh, actually, before I get to that, these AI testers, you can put an image through here and it will test to see, from what I've researched, if the image is AI or not. So here I'm going to put the witch model, 99% AI generated. So I've been able to use this to help see if something is AI generated. So it said the witch model is, it said the cat model is. I'm going to put my 2D version of me in here. And it says it's not. It says it's not. How accurate it is, I'm not sure. I'm putting the cat thing in here. It says it's 19%. I doubt it. I doubt it. If an image is too big, like I'm going to put one of the background photos in here. Oh, actually, you know what? I screenshotted that. That's why. But yeah, even some of the background stuff that I got, I'm very like frustrated or disappointed. Some images might be too big to use it, but you can look for some of these AI generated test ones. I have found that you do need to make an account for some of these. I'm not sure how accurate some of these are though, because when I've tried to use some of these, like I put in an old photo. Like this is a commissioned drawing I have of my character. I had this commissioned before AI was a thing. I had this commissioned before AI was a thing. So unless they invented AI or they just draw very similar to AI, I honestly really doubt it. But yeah, you can just kind of drag and drop anything in here and test it to see if it's AI. When I commissioned these drawings when I commit, no, not when I commit, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so I've researched, oh yeah, when I bought these, they didn't say they were AI. They didn't say they were AI when I've checked the background photos. When I've checked these background photos. So that image from earlier. So this image that you can see here. I'm not sure if it was this one in particular, but it did, some of them say that it's AI generated, but they put it at the very bottom of the description. Like you have to click see more before it says that it's AI generated or not. Some of them don't say it at all. I didn't say where I got these. Hold on a second. I completely forgot to talk about this one. The VTuber model that I'm using now, the witch one, it says that it's like 47% AI. I honestly think it's 100% AI, which is why I don't want to use it anymore. And the main reason that I think it's AI, where am I? I have so many things open. So the main reason that I think that this is AI, and it's hard to tell, is I'll start over here. And again, it should have been obvious to me because I complained about it the moment I was like laughing as I was talking about it, but again, I was so blown away by the way it looked and how I was feeling. I didn't say anything. This wand here. This wand. What is this? What is this? It's what are these spaces? What are these spaces? It's like it was taken out of a photo. And I'll come back to this. But there are these spaces here. How do you forget to take that out? I know people make mistakes, so I brushed that off. But yeah, there are like all these spaces. There are like these dents here too. Now that I'm looking at it more, there are like these weird little details here. It doesn't make sense the more you look at it. It doesn't make sense the more you look at it. And the other thing, I'm going to slowly try to look at it. I asked the creator or whatever to redo the eyes. And I'll compare it to the other model in a second. But yeah, I asked them to redo the eyes. To make them purple instead of blue. I can see that they kind of might have redrawn it. I don't know. But when you're looking at the model so far away, it's kind of hard to notice. Especially because they're like so small. And I'm not moving the model right now, but when they are moving, it would be hard to focus in on it. But let's see if there was anything else. Here, the hair. What is that right here? I was always wondering if this was part of the hair, like the hair was different. Like here are the pigtails, but what is this? What is this? Was the hair different? Like, and then here. I had a different suspicion when I first saw this, but again, I just brushed off everything. And I'm not as mad at myself for it because again, I just love this model. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else. These don't, wouldn't you match this? Wouldn't you match these little circles here? It's not straight either. This little piece here with like the star and stuff. Wouldn't you make that match? And then I don't know what's going on here with the stockings. Are they roses? The other thing that should have been a dead giveaway was the ruffles here. Ooh, the ruffles. Where this staff is, the ruffles are like really messed up. It's really messed up here, which again should have been a dead giveaway. It should have been a dead giveaway. But I feel like this is also AI. It's also AI. But again, it's really hard to tell because this one is like very impressive. It's very impressive. I'd asked the person that had, quote, made this to change the eyes from blue to purple, and then to make the orb disappear, and then make the staff disappear. The thing that you can't tell because this is a white background is when this thing does have a background, you can actually see the staff still. It's the staff is kind of see-through, but they weren't able to make the opacity fully like there. Like you can still see the staff a little bit. But yeah, I thought that what they did was that they cut this out of a photo. That's why I thought that that's what this background was here. I thought that what they did was, oh, I'm gonna take one of my drawings, and rig it. I thought that's what they did. I thought that they took one of their art piece drawings and they just rigged it, because I had seen an artist. I saw an artist do that with one of a model. I saw an artist do that with a model. They just drew it, but they didn't rig it properly, or they weren't able. They drew it incorrectly in order to make it into a model. That's why this moves the way it does. Like the hair is stuck together, but it moves pretty nicely. That's why the hands don't move or aren't on its sides, because it was drawn that way. The hair pieces are stuck on the shoulders. And the mouth is the way it is. But yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm no artist. I'm not a full artist. I just do my little cartoon doodles. I want to get to a decent level with like anime style. But you tell me. I feel like it should have been a dead giveaway, but I was just really impressed by it. I am going to be very, I am very devastated. I am very devastated that I'm going to have to retire. I'm not even going to say graduate. I'm going to say retire this one. But it's for the good of what I believe and want to practice. So, yeah, I feel like it doesn't even have the other, anyway. The other, I don't know if you can hear my phone, but it keeps going off. But yeah, should have been a dead giveaway. A dead giveaway for some stuff, but I just didn't know any better. But I know now. So I would look for these kind of key things. How is it rigged? Look how the hair is like kind of stuck like this. It could just be how it's rigged, but for sure look at how the lines are kind of like crushed in that way. Look how the hair is. And for sure this one piece over here, look at that, like it was just pulled out of something else. Like it was just pulled out of something else. Like it was pulled out of a drawing. And all the other pieces that I was talking about, like the buttons here. Yeah, but for sure take my experience. It said it was a little less than 50%, 47% AI, but I think it's full AI, to be honest. Actually, I'll pull out the original. This is the original. It's essentially the same. I'm gonna look at the eyes. Yeah, the purple one was just a little bit overdrawn, like they drew over it. Yeah, in order for them to make it purple, they just drew over it a little bit. When I asked them to make it purple, it had an extra shoulder. And I had to send it back to them. but the staff is the same. The piece is still there. I don't think I can. No, I can't make them disappear because it wasn't there before. But yeah, the stocking is still there. All of that. Yep, all that's the same. Yep. Yep, but take it from my experience. This model, the witch model, the piano background I got from Etsy, and I didn't know beforehand that Etsy is like filled to the brim, not to the brim, I'm sorry, but run amok is what I was informed of AI. Unfortunately, VGen has not, or has less issues with that, is what I've been informed, so I'm going to be heading over that way with it, and I'm going to see what I can find. What I am aiming for is a model with like kind of like this shade here of like dark black, preferably like gray skin with purple eyes, keeping the purple hair, maybe cat ears with the tail and the wings still. So maybe something like my old model, but with like the witch design still. Maybe I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the alicorn and stuff still on there. I don't know, but mainly like dark skin, but keeping the witch stuff for sure. I'm not sure if I want to keep all the cat stuff or whatnot, but that's like my main goal. Finances are still a concern because as I said, I have 4 jobs, but I've been medically out this summer, which is very frustrating. To go into more detail of it, I'm having foot problems, which is preventing me from, I've been in and out of a boot, so I've been, I'm trying to remember everything that's been going on. So I've had plantar fasciitis with no explanation, no medical improvement with it, multiple doctors about it, for about a year at this point. I hurt my lower back, and then after that healed my upper back, and then gosh, then my cats have been my first child has been in and out of the urgent care, and insurance didn't want to cover that because they were like, it's what do they call it, it's I don't know, they defined it as he's historically had it, it's like a genetic thing, so they didn't want to cover that, so then we're paying for that car stuff. It's like whatever, nobody wants to pay for anything, I don't know, but that's just some of the stuff. But yeah, but you know what, life is life, you make the most of it, as it is, and I live in the States of all places, so, and as a Hispanic, it's whatever. But you make the most of it. You make the most of what you got, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just make the most of it. But I've learned from AI stuff. If anyone, again, has resources, I'm going to look for at least... the fact that I can't move this... Okay. I was trying to move it. If anyone has resources for customizable models in the meantime, I'll look into that. Or even like, I don't know, cheap purple models. That'd be great. Yeah, I have a friend that does backgrounds. So I think we got that. But yeah, or reliable Etsy models or anything. Yeah, and I'm also looking for fellow witches, wizards, those VTubers of magic sources. I'd love to make my own coven. Looking for that as well. But yep, thank you for listening. I hope you take away from my experience. But yeah, I know and again, this isn't a debate of using AI models or not, of using AI models or not using AI models. I am just looking to support artists. I am in no way upset with anyone that uses AI or shaming anyone or anything that uses AI. I'm just saying that for me, I don't want to use that. I'm upset at myself for accidentally using that, and I just want to do better. I don't want those that in the community that I am in that does not want to use AI to be upset with me for making this mistake. That is all I am saying. So yeah, I just would like to, again, some resources that are credible. If anyone has tips for me to assist in avoiding AI, I would appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Sparkles, shine bright no matter where you are. Thank you. Bye bye.